Hey ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to 9 with Andar. My name is Andar. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you, and we are playing Bioware's Anthem. Now, Anthem has just received a day one patch, which is pretty much what we're going to be looking at. Now, they have optimized the game, a lot of the problems that people faced on day one, which quite admittedly they should not have faced in retrospect. Has been fixed. For example, the loading screens have been streamlined. They have streamlined the loading screens. They have made the game a lot smoother. We haven't experienced environment pop-ins, at least at the earliest stages of the game. So today we're just going to play as our interceptor, and you guys can enjoy a little bit of Anthem. And we're going to see if the game lives up to, I'm not going to say expectations or hype, but essentially, does it live up to the moniker of a good game? That's really what it's all about. Now, before we start off, let's just take a look at the Forge, which loads a lot faster than it used to before. Pretty much everything loads. I haven't had a single instance of environment pop-ins to date after the day one patch. So this is my interceptor, which, as you can see, is very sexy and very ancient, archaic. Very cool design mode, and they have done a great job with the models. The design is beautiful, the environments are beautiful, everything looks spectacular. And we also have just a moment please, we also have our Legion of Dawn Origin Access Premier Reward. So a shout out to Origin Access for allowing us to play Anthem a little bit before the world gets to do that. This is the Legion of Light of the Legion Marksman Rifle. Honestly, I would have been happier if I got a full machine gun, but I do have one of those, so it's okay. So let's get on with it, guys. Let's go to a mission. Let's play a little bit of the story. Let's enjoy Anthem and all of its optimized fun. But you guys can basically see now that the loading screens are way better than before. You hardly have to wait. By the way, and this animation has also been fixed. Before the day one patch, there was an instance of my Lancer looking at me and then another Lancer model turning. So you basically had like a double image, so that's been fixed. I've not had that either. Here we go. Let's boogie, boogie, boogie. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change mission. Let's see if we can do something interesting. Well, I'm really not very comfortable with the map. You know, moving around the map is not exactly the easiest thing. I think it can be streamlined a little bit better. For example, scrolling is not quite easy, even on the highest DPI setting of my mouse. It's not exactly very smooth, so they need to look at that. Okay, let's do one of these contract missions. We'll be doing a normal and a private expedition. One thing I have not checked is whether the load-in times for public expeditions are good. What I have checked is the loading times for the missions and the pop-in. That's been handled quite well. That being said, it still has a few issues that other reviewers have pointed out. One is insufficient information about how good your Lancer really is, because apart from the basic power rating, which is taken, I don't know if it's taken from Destiny, but it pretty much calls to Destiny's power system. It reminds you of that, where the average power rating is calculated by the individual power rating of your equipment. But we don't exactly know what the damage reduction formula are. We don't know how that affects gameplay. We don't know how and in what direction we should build our Striders other than go for the next best equipment and that's the end of it. We don't actually know, other than having vague information that tells you where to go. So for me, that's something that I do agree with a lot of reviewers about. That's got to be fixed. Now, you will notice that the loading time is, the bar crossing is a lot less than it was before. It's less than a minute, and before I had to wait 2.5 or 3, so it's pretty good.
go and check on an old research camp of mine. Do some repairs. Heading over there.
Now, the one thing I've noticed is that the environment and the pop-in screens load in pretty quickly. So I've not had any trouble with that. Let me just adjust the audio a little bit here because it is a little loud for me. I have reduced it for you guys, so it should not be a problem, but yeah, that's not very intuitive, is it? Yes. Yeah, that's still very loud. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. Volume. Okay, tell you what. You go up to 75 because I do want to hear. But we'll reduce this to like 40. Yeah, that's much more. That's much better. And one other thing I can do is I can go into my volume mixer and reduce Anthem's volume just a little bit. Yeah, that's much better, guys. So you do have to look at that. One thing that's a sheer joy in this game, and for which I agree with all the reviews about, is the flying. It is sheer joy to fly in this game. You just like take off and enjoy as it comes out. Let's go. Now, I may experience a little bit of lag because I'm also streaming at the moment. My connection may have a little bit of lag, but we should be okay. Now, barring any connection issues, we haven't had too many problems with pop-ins. You do have to fear the odd thunderstorm. Thank you. Magic throwing stars for the win. And lots of health pickups. Oh, by the way, now the loot is pretty much visible on the ground. You can pick up whatever loot you want. So that is pretty well. We got an uncommon. Oh, shit. Thunderstorm! Yeah, you get locked on those, your shields go bye-bye. Tell you what though, the game is not handling my internet connection very well. Like, because I guess I'm streaming at the same time, it's not exactly the easiest way to go. But other than that, I have to say, I don't have any strange pop-ins in me. Because of that, it's alright. But I think the game does need to handle the streams a little better. There is a bit of lag because of that. But anyway, that's okay. We can deal with it. Although I do expect a patch, but we can deal with it. The flying again is sheer joy, though. What the heck are you guys? Hey, new enemy type. Oh boy. Okay, let's switch to our secondary weapons. Now, the legendary weapon of Dawn doesn't exactly make the game super easy, by the way. I mean, people may think that because you have a legendary weapon, things are a bit easier. It's not. In the game's monsters are still very badass. If you're not careful, they will take your shields apart. Combo mode. By the way, ice plus melee attack is a very nice combo. You guys should try that out. Okay, so where are we going? That way. Well, there is a bit of now this is what I find to be a little bit frustrating at the moment. The pops, the lag, because I'm streaming right now and I'm playing the game. There seems to be a server communication lag. That's just not very good. That should be taken care of. Anyway, the environs are beautiful since day one. That's amazing. But as far as State of the Anthem is concerned, which is what this video is about, I would say they've done a nice job with the loading screens, but they do need to do a better job with the server right now. See, I don't think I should be getting so much of a problem on a very high-speed connection. Even if I'm streaming at the same time, it should not be that bad. There's a little bit of lag. Not unplayable lag, though. Let's be honest. It's not unplayable, but that's not a good excuse to have a game that can't handle data loading that well. Come on! Oh, that's one of those difficult buggers, is it? Uh-oh, thunderstorm. Combo! Hehehe. I'm gonna hit you with my combos, let's see. Combo mode. You. Yeah, the game needs to be able to handle data packets much better. There's input lag happening here. I'm just hitting, and the game is responding a lot slower than it should, as in any right responding to, honestly speaking. Should be better, I think. Yeah, by the way, for reference, this is a 20 Mbps download connection. This is not some sort of, third world monkey pants connection we're talking about. It's pretty robust. So the game should be able to handle the data transfer, but yeah, it's not horrible. It's not in the sense that I can't play it, but there's definitely a bit of a inconvenient lag effect. So I certainly hope they can do something more about optimization. By the way, in case you're wondering, I'm playing this at high settings. Ooh. I'm playing this game at the highest settings, except for anti-aliasing, which I've reduced, and Anthem runs at like 40-45 frames per second. That's pretty awesome. Alright. I love flying in this game, although I'm pretty bad at it. But I love flying in this game. Why am I stopping? Because it's right there. Wait, where are the evil creatures who need to haunt my every waking moment? Huh? There have to be some evil creatures around. Come on. Oh, I think this is... Okay, I think this is where we end up having to deal with more lag. Okay. Well, this is a bit surprising. It shouldn't be... Yeah, but the game is not. I'm doing fine, but the game needs to be... I think it needs to be a little smoother. And where are the enemies for the second and third? What, you just gonna let me walk... What, that's it? Bioware? What? Why is that so easy? Okay. That wasn't work. I'm sorry, but... That's good for you. But the first beacon, we had like 5 enemies to kill, and the second and third were like total walkovers. Or pushovers, as they say. That was just way too easy. Oh, I love this. I love this. I absolutely adore flying like this.
I'm certain if you look, you'll find the ruins here. I'll take care.
I'm certainly a crack shot, I will say that. Sorry, you're not good enough. Now, why am I playing like this? Because I just enjoy shooting stuff. I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's not that... Easing combo! Oh, this is cool! So, when I used one of my combos, what happened is it gave me an aura, and I'm able to use that against everybody. Die, you monkeys, die! You are nothing compared to... Okay, my shields are almost down. You are certainly very effective, monkeys. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna just stand up here and shoot you guys like anything. I got lots of loot, though. Sorry, but honestly, you guys are gonna go up against me. You better come up with better ways of handling yourselves. Come on. I love the melee slashing in this game. It's absolutely a pleasure to play. Wee hee hee hee. Well, the lag's suddenly a little bit better. This is just weird. Yeah, I expected better. I think they need to optimize the data transmission. Sure, there is. The mission can't be over, can it? But I think they need to optimize the data transmission a little bit more so that you don't get that lag effect when you're streaming. And if somebody's going to tell me in the comment section that I need a 100 Mbps connection to do this properly, then you have issues. By the way, harvesting can also be done by just slashing the harvest node, apparently. So. Oh, I found it. More runes! I'm gonna stop blowing stuff up. It's just a lot easier to enjoy the state of blown eggs. So, as such, I have to agree with many reviewers who say that the game is really all about just blowing stuff up. Like, one after the other, all you do is blow stuff up, blow stuff up, blow stuff up, and if you have nothing better to do, then you blow some more stuff up. That is true, but the story, being well written, I think, does compensate for that. And yes, we can have more mission varieties. I do expect that before long, Bioware will implement Escort, Protect, Standard, missions like that, raids, and so on and so forth to the game. You know, capture positions, capture the flag, all of that, I think will be implemented before long, so people don't have to worry so much. Yeah, so I think we need to give BioWare some time, but I do agree that all of that could have been done pre-launch. I think that could have been done. There was no need to keep people waiting, right? So as such, I think they could have taken care of it. They didn't. So I think that points to a more disturbing trend in the industry where games are released in a half-finished state and people pay full price for them, and you know, studios expect that gamers will just accept that. That's a very dangerous attitude, and I think that's good that the studio is receiving tough criticism. There was no need for long walking times, pop-in loading times, huge loading screens. All of this, I think, with a little bit of common sense, could have been avoided. It's like common sense design. Like you ask yourself a simple question: do my gamers want to wait 2-3 minutes for a loading screen? Yes or no? The answer will be logically no. So you make sure it's not in your game when you release it. So yeah, I can't fault gamers for being hypercritical in that situation. And these lags that I'm experiencing while I'm streaming is also a little bit stupid. I don't think any game's packets should be so heavy that a 10 to 40 Mbps connection has trouble receiving data from the server. I think, yeah, that needs to be looked at.
That should be enough of that. Efficient.
Okay.
Promise, and I have another task for you, actually. There's a clearing where I want to set up camp. Can you ensure its viability?
Uh-huh.
Let's see what I can do. Scars are overtaking this area. Dangerous things.
Dangerous. Oh, gee, thanks for telling me that. Not to say about the shooting, though. There's not a lot in terms of aiming mechanics. I sometimes feel I'm not even aiming properly, and yet I'm able to connect with my enemies. That's because of the way the aim assist works? Maybe, I don't know. I certainly didn't enable any aim assist. Sometimes it feels like you're wailing at the enemy, and absolutely nothing's happening. Now, I did notice one thing with the interceptor, though. Every time I melee kill an enemy, I end up getting health drops for some reason. Maybe that's just how the class is supposed to work? I don't know.
Look there. A violent horror of scars getting closer. Drop the carnage, no doubt.
And we go ulti mode. I'm just gonna wail on you, mate. I love this ultimate mode. I mean, it takes Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, well, this thing's ultimate mode takes Dragon Ball Z to like new heights. I mean, they're just like bloody crazy. Tell you what, though. I don't think that guy should be so frozen yet. Yeah, there is a lot of lag. Thank you. I will take that. There is lots of lag. Yeah, boss fights should not be so laggy, I have to say. Okay, give me... Please let me see my... Yeah, well, I'm not speaking much because I'm trying to deal with the stupid ass lag here. Oh boy, I'm gonna die. Yeah. The lag is gonna kill me, I think. That's one of the problems here. So yes, they definitely have to optimize the data packet transmission, I think, as far as streamers are concerned. But I have to say in the current state that the game is fun. It is good, the story is good, but I'm pretty sure that as you reach endgame, quite a few people are going to be really ticked off of its up. So let's see if this works.
No, this area is too important to let the stars destroy everything. Understood.
See, that's the thing I don't understand. Sometimes you can gut these guys with one shot. Other times, even one shot is a pain in the ass. Loading time is still a bit of a problem sometimes, but yeah, overall, I have to say I'm a little bit concerned about how much time it takes to load these guns. But I think that's another moddable...
Your fighting has drawn out one of their terrible leaders. Please be careful.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna die again. Yeah, this is a problem, isn't it? Here we go, laddies! I don't have a lot of time. If the lag gets me, I'm dead.
Good work with all the fighting. Exceptionally done.
Yeah, that was, I think, much better. Much better handled. Yeah, so... Yeah, for me, here's the thing though. I honestly felt the data transmission packets, as I mentioned before, should be handled better. And another thing I felt is that while it's streaming though, the frame rate has reduced a little bit during the actions. It is a little bit smoother when I'm not trying to stream at live. So I think they need to they can do a little bit more in terms of optimization. And the second thing though is with the shooting. I can't really figure out what the weak point of the creature is. Like when I take a headshot sometimes, like one shot the dude's dead. But then the next time I shoot in the same place, it's like 1, 2, 3, and he's still alive. And then the fourth shot takes him down. So I think they need to work a little bit more on the seamlessness of that, and definitely the loading times for the guns is something I would look at. Maybe that's also because of the lag that we talked about, but I do believe the guns could also be a little bit more streamlined altogether. So yeah, that's me. So that's our expedition complete, and that is the state of the Anthem. I think so far it's a good game. If you get to play it via Origin Access Premier, that's even better because you get to play several other games along with it as a bundle. But is it worth the $50, $60, $70, $80 that it would be? Right now, I would say a tentative yes if you're kind of a story fan with good graphics. But when it comes to multiplayer, when it comes to the smoothness of it, I would say wait a little bit more. They do need to work on the optimization a little bit, and they need to include missions with more variety other than just, you know, popping. It's enjoyable to just guns up, shoot people, and then go home, sure. But you need a variety of missions. You need escort, you need protect, you need search and destroy, you need discovery, you need base protection. All of these are basic missions that should have been included, and were not included for XYZ reasons. So yeah, I think they need to look into it, and they need to make sure that those kind of missions are added as fast as possible. If they do that, then yes, it's a great game. I have to say, it is a great game. Cool. And now you can notice that the loading screens are fast. There's very little wait time between between one transition to the next. It's actually quite good. I don't have the game installed on an SSD in case anybody's wondering. Everything that's coming to you is from a SATA HDD, so it's not an SDD and SSD. And while we had like 2-minute transitions before, currently it's pretty much well under a minute. So I would say that they've done a pretty good job. By the way, on that note, for guys using NVIDIA released a driver update with Anthem specific updates in it. That's what they said in the text anyway. So make sure to update your drivers for the smoothest performance. So that's basically the state of the Anthem, ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Andar. I brought this playthrough to you from Razorlight Entertainment. We'll be wrapping up now very shortly. And thank you so much for joining us for State of the Anthem. That's what it was. Now you can see here again the loading screen. It still takes about 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds. But it definitely is not the 2 minute, 2 minute 30, 3 minute lag fest that it was in the previous update. So it was nice of Bioware to release the patch quickly. It was also prudent. But I believe that patch should have been deployed the moment the game was released in any form to the public, whether it was Premiere or not. Because obviously that patch has made a decent difference. You can see this is multiplayer. Okay, so this is a bug right here as we wrap up. The coloring patterns on my mech load up very slowly. So that's another multiplayer interaction that should be taken care of. But look at all these players in here with their cool, sexy mechas. So let's see if I can... So that's having fun with the player, guys. So this is basically the launch bay where you can just interact with other players, have fun, but there is again a little bit of lag popping in. Anyway, guys, we certainly hope that in the future Anthem will look to optimize its data handling. You know, data packet transition should be a lot faster. But in the meantime, we really hope you enjoyed the State of the Anthem, brought to you by Razorlight Entertainment. It is a good game. Enjoy playing it. Have a great day, and expect better content from Bioware in the future. If they do that, the game will be a really, really good RPG shooter as it comes out. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.